Hi everybody, today we're going to review how to divide fractions. Okay, the first thing you'll want to do is make sure that both of the numbers are written as fractions first. And when that comes into play is if you're multiplying by a whole number or if you have a mixed number. So let's say we have 1 1/2 divided by 3 3/7. We'd want to rewrite these as fractions first. So I'm going to do that by turning 1 1/2 into 3/2, and then 3 3/7 is, this is 21, 22, 23, 24 sevenths. Alright, so first I just rewrote them both as fractions, and in this case they're improper fractions. The second step I want to do is to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. And remember, the reciprocal is just when you flip the number, you flip the numerator and denominator around. Okay, so to do this, let's use a different color here. This will become 3/2, so the first number stayed the same, but now instead of dividing, I'm going to multiply, and I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 24/7 is 7/24. Now I put in the directions here, simplify first if you can, because it really will help with your multiplying. It'll make it much simpler for you. So I'm going to look at my diagonals, and I see that 3 and 24 are both divisible by 3. 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 24 8 times. Now there's no common factor in 2 and 7, so now I can just multiply across. 1 times 7 is 7, and 2 times 8 is 16, and that's our final answer, 7/16. And since we simplified before we multiplied, there's no need to reduce, it's already in lowest terms. Alright, let's try another one. We have 1 8/9 divided by 8/9. First, let's make sure both are written as fractions. So 1 8/9 is 17/9 divided by, our second number here is already written as a fraction, so we're all set. Alright, now we need to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So this is 17/9 times 9/8. And before I multiply, I'm going to check and see if there's common factors, and I see that 9 goes into 9 once. So those 9s cancel out, and we have 17 times 1 over 1 times 8. And you can leave it as 17/8, or you can turn it back into a mixed number by doing 17 divided by 8. And 8 goes into 17 twice, that's 16. And then there is 1/8 left over. Either one of these would work for your final answer. Alright, let's take a look at another one. The first thing we'll want to do here is turn 5 1/2 and 1 3/4 into fractions. So 5 1/2 becomes 11/2 divided by 7/4. And the second thing we need to do is rewrite it as a multiplication problem where we are multiplying by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 7/4 is 4/7. Now we're going to see if there's common factors in the diagonals, and there's no common factor in 11 and 7 because they're both prime numbers. But there is a common factor in 2 and 4. They're both divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now we can just multiply across. 11 times 2 and 1 times 7. And again, you can leave it like this as an improper fraction, or you can say, well, 7 goes into 21 3 times, and there's 1/7 left over. In this example, we have a whole number divided by a fraction. Same rules apply though. First, write our first number as a fraction, and we can turn a whole number into a fraction by just putting it over 1, since 8 divided by 1 is 8. And then our second number is already a fraction, so I can just multiply by the reciprocal of 3/4, which is 4/3. And I'm checking my diagonals. I don't see any common factors here, so I can just start multiplying. We have 8 times 4 is 32, and 1 times 3 is 3. 3 goes into 32 10 times, and there are 2/3 left over. Either one of these would work for your final answer. So just to recap, when we're dividing fractions, make sure that both of your numbers are written as fractions first. The second thing you need to do is multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So you're flipping the second number and multiplying across. And remember, it always helps if you can simplify first, then you don't need to reduce your final answer because that'll already be done for you. All right, I hope this helps, and see me with more questions that you have in class. Have a great day. Bye.